सात्विकम् उच्यते
नियतं संगरहितं अरागाद्वेषतः कृतम्
अरागाद्वेषतः कृतम्
अफलाप्रेप्सुना कर्म
अफलाप्रेषणा कर्म
यत्तत् सात्विकम् उच्यते.
यत्तत् सात्विकम् उच्यते.
So this verse says, as for actions, that action is in accordance with duty, that which is niyatam, regulative, which is performed without attachment, sangarahitam, or aragaha, without love or hate, araga dveshatah kritam, and by one who has renounced fruitive results. Afala prepsana karma is called action in the mode of goodness. So the action in the mode of goodness consists of that is which is done out of duty, which is done without attachment, niyatam, sangarahitam, then it is araga dveshataha, without love or hate, or by one who has renounced the fruitive results, that is aphala prepsuna. So that is considered as action in the mode of goodness. Then the purport Prabhupada explains about this perspective. A regulated occupational duty is performed without attachment or proprietary rights, and therefore without any love or hatred, and performance in Krishna consciousness for the satisfaction of the Supreme, without self-satisfaction, are called actions in the mode of goodness. Means that is done as a matter of duty, without any attachment, without being carried away by any personal intentions, only for the satisfaction of the Supreme, without self-satisfaction or sense gratification, it is called as. So that's why it is action in the mode of goodness. So next verse, the Shastra say in Bhagavatam 11th canto, Uddhava Gita, Krishna says, Madarpanam nishpalam va satvikam nijakarmatat rajasam phala sankalpam himsa prayati tamas. So work performed as an offering to me, Madarpanam nishpalam va, without consideration of the fruit, is considered to be in the mode of goodness. Then Rajasam phala sankalpam. Rajasam means that is in the mode of passion, which is a desire, work performed with a desire to enjoy the results. And tamasam means himsa prayadi tamasam, that work which is impelled by violence and envy is in the mode of ignorance. The next, action in the mode of passion. Please repeat after me. Yattu kamepsuna karma sa ahankarena va punaha kriyate bahulayasam tadrajasam udahrutam. Yattu kamepsuna karma sahankarena va punaha kriyate bahulayasam tadrajasam udahrutam. So yattu kama ipshuna karma, that work which is done with a desire of result, sa ahankarena va punaha, or performed with a sense of false ego, kriyate bahulayasam, are done which requires a great endeavor, a great effort has been put for that purpose, tad rajasam upahritam, it's considered in the mode of passion. So action performed with great effort by one seeking to gratify his desires. Yattu kamepsuna karma kriyate bahulayasam, and which is enacted from a sense of false ego, sa ahankarena va punaha, is called action in the mode of passion. Tad rajasam udahrutam. So nowadays, like for example, whenever December or that foggy season comes, people around the capital part, they complain that their entire area is polluted by toxic air. So why is this performed? Ugra karmanaha, factories with heavy requirements, and by that the industrial waste, what is dumped onto the nature, that destroys the entire atmosphere. For so many hundreds and thousands of kilometers, the entire area becomes polluted. So that which is done with so much endeavor, with phalapeksha, they want to enjoy, but they are destroying the others' lives and the nature also. That's why all these things, actions are considered as actions in the mode of passion. Next. Anubandham kshayam himsam.
Anubandham himsam.
Anapeksha cha paurusham.
अनपेक्षा पौरुषम्
Mohad arabhyate karma.
मोहादारभ्यते कर्म
Yattat tamasam uchyate.
यत्तत् तामसम् उच्यते
Anubandham kshayam himsam.
अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम्
Anapeksha cha paurusham.
अनपेक्षाश्च
Paurusham.
Mohad arabhyate karma.
मोहात् आरभ्यते कर्म
Yattat tamasam uchyate.
यत्तत् तामसम् उच्यते
So, Anubandham Kshayam Himsam, which deteriorates further consequences of future bondage without considering Himsam, violence, Anapekshacha, without consideration of consequences, or Paurusham, which is done to give distress to others, Mohad Arabhyate, karma, that work which is done out of ignorance or delusion, Tat Yatta Tamasam Uchite is considered as work in the mode of ignorance. Says, and that action performed in ignorance, mohad, and delusion, without consideration of future bondage of consequences, anubandham kshayam anapekshayacha, which inflicts injury, that is himsam, then and is impractical, paurusham, is said in the mode of action in the mode of ignorance. So one has to give account of one's actions to the state or to the agents of the Supreme Lord called Yamadutas. This is how the thing is. Whatever we do, we become liable for our actions. So if we do something against the systems, either state government will try to catch us, or means government will try to catch us, or if we even try to escape from their laws, the supreme government conducted by the Lord, we will be answerable there. So irresponsible work is distraction because it destroys the regulative principles of scriptural injunctions. It is often based on violence and it is distressing to other living entities. So such irresponsible work is carried out in the light of one's personal experience. This is called as illusion. The points what we saw in the translation are elaborated in a particular way here. Like for example, if we study the human anatomy, what is our body with various parts and all these things and all? How does this body is designed? So is our body designed to consume meat? So let us compare our body with a carnivore as well as a herbivore animal. The compared anatomy of eating, the teeth, incisors, for a carnivore it is short and pointed. For a herbivore it is broad, flattened and spade-shaped. Human, they are well developed. The teeth, canines, they are long, sharp and curved to tear flesh. For a herbivore, it is dull and short. So good side-to-side motion is for humans. So various perspectives identify the skulls. The human skull, the cow of a skull, the cat of a skull, the skull of a cat, the dog and horse. So see that canine parts and how the tooth are placed in such a way, whatever differentiation we saw in the earlier comparison table. Then the comparative anatomy of eating, that the tooth molars for carnivores are sharp, for herbivores are flattened, and humans are flattened. The chewing, carnivore, none, they swallow whole food. Herbivores, they extensively chew, and humans also extensively chew. Then saliva, carbohydrate digesting enzymes not present. In herbivore, carbohydrate digesting enzymes are present, and humans also that is present. Stomach acidity with food in it, pH below pH is 1 to digest tough animal muscle bone. The herbivore it is pH 4 to 5 and in the human it is pH is 4 to 5. The length of the small intestine is 3 to 6 times the body length in carnivore. It is 10 times more than 10 times length for herbivore and 10 to 11 times body length for humans. The colon for carnivore is simple, short and smooth. Herbivore is long and complex, and for human also it is long and complex. Perspiration, no skin pores for carnivore, perspires to ton. For herbivores, perspires to millions of skin pores, and humans prescribes to millions of skin pores. The nails, they have sharpened claws. Their flattened nails are blunt hooves. We have flattened nails. See, herbivore and human almost have a similar qualities. Second, the health reasons concerned with us. In 1961, in the American Medical Journal, it has said 90 to 97% of heart diseases can be prevented by a vegetarian diet. This is in 1961 itself, which is projected. Cause of cancer. Meat contains 14 times more chemicals and pesticides than plant food. Vegetarians overall are 20% less likely to die from heart attack than meat eaters. Then the third reason would be cruelty to animals. Just for our tongue's sake, how many animals are tortured? In the US alone, 660,000 animals are killed for meat every hour. This is not per day also. Then in 24 hours, how many animals would have been killed? The modern slaughterhouses are worse than hell. So if the windows of slaughterhouses are made of glasses, none in the world would be a non-vegetarian. While our bodies are the living graves of murdered animals, how can we expect any ideal conditions on earth? By George Bernard Shaw. Then fourth one, it is aggravating the world hunger. So 20 million people die annually as a result of malnutrition. So meat-based diet keeps the rest of the world starving due to improper utilization of land resources. So we should help in ending the world hunger. Like 16 kgs of grain can feed 20 people. But 16 kgs of grain will be made to feed 1 kg beef, which can feed only 2 people. So UN Secretary General recently admitted meat consumption in rich countries is key cause for hunger around the world. Then karmic consequences. All our actions, including our choice of food, have karmic consequences. So by inflicting injury, pain and death, one must in the future experience the suffering caused by whatever we do. It will come back to us. You get a neem tree, we have to sow a neem seed. If you want to get a mango tree, we have to sow a mango seed. So if we sow pain in someone's life, we will receive natural disasters, which will give pain to us, diseases, stress and anxiety, depression. So this is a universal law, as you sow, so shall we reap. So if you don't want pain in our lives, let us not give pain to others unnecessarily. Like Jesus Christ says, treat others as you would like to treat them, as you would like them to treat you. So we want to be strong and healthy. We want to be strong and healthy in our family relationship. Can we build a life of happiness, the foundation of which is built on pain to innocent animals? It's not possible. But I do not kill animals. Sometimes I eat out at hotels or parties. No. We are liable in a similar way. Because we are eating, we are encouraging others to. Like Mahabharata mentioned, the purchaser of a flesh performs violence by his wealth. He who eats flesh does so by enjoying its taste. The killer does himself by actually trying and killing the animal. All of these are considered like meat eaters. So 6 kinds of people are considered as equivalent to killing an animal. Those who sell, those who purchase, those who ask it to kill, those who kill, those who cook, and those who eat. All the 6 people are liable for punishment in the eyes of the Lord. So next we have a worker in the modes, 3 modes. This verse specifically talks about the worker in Sattva Guna. So please repeat after me. Mukta Sango Anahamvadi.
Mukta Sango Anahamvadi.
Dhruti Utsaha Samanvitaha.
Dhruti Utsaha Samanvitaha.
Siddhi Asiddhayor Nirvikaraha.
Siddhi Asiddhayor Nirvikaraha.
Karta Satvika Uchyate.
Karta Satvika Uchyate.
Once again, Mukta Sango Anahamvadi.
Mukta Sango Anahamvadi.
Dhruti Utsaha Samanvitaha.
Dhruti Utsaha Samanvitaha.
Siddhi Asiddhayor Nirvikaraha.
Siddhi Asiddhayor Nirvikaraha.
Karta Satvika Uchyate.
Karta Satvika Uchyate.
So, Mukta Sangaha, one who is freed from all material association. Anahamvadi, which is without false ego. Dhruti Utsaha Samanvitaha, who is with firm enthusiasm and qualified in that way. Siddhi Asiddhayor Nirvikaraha, one who is without any change in success or failure. Karta Satvika Uchyate is a worker in the mode of goodness. The worker who is free from all material attachments and false ego. Mukta Sango Anahamvadi, who is enthusiastic and resolute, who is Dhruti Utsaha Samanvitaha, and who is indifferent to success or failure, siddhi asiddhayor nirvikaraha, is a worker in the mode of goodness. Karta satvika uchyate. Like a person in Krishna consciousness is always transcendental to the material modes of nature. He is not carried away by external situations. He has no expectations for the result of the work entrusted to him because he is above false ego and pride. He is always enthusiastic till the completion of such work and does not worry about the distress undertaken. And he is not concerned for the success or failure, for he is equal in both distress or happiness. Like in Uddhava Gita, Krishna says, Satvikaha karako sangi, ragando rajasa smritaha, tamasaha smriti vibrasto, dirguno mad vyapashrayaha. A worker free of attachment is in the mode of goodness. A worker blinded by personal desire is in the mode of passion. And a worker who has completely forgotten how to tell right from wrong is in the mode of ignorance. But a worker who has taken shelter of me is understood to be transcendental to the modes of material nature. So Krishna is giving the fourth title also. The next verse, worker in the mode of passion, please repeat after me. Ragi karma phala prepsur.
Ragi karma phala prepsur.
Lubdo himsatmako asuchihi.
Lubdo himsatmako asuchihi.
Harsha shokanvitah karta.
Harsha shokanvitah karta.
Rajasaha parikirtitaha.
Rajasaha parikirtitaha.
Ragi karma phala prepsur.
Ragi karma phala prepsur.
Lubdo himsatmako asuchihi.
Lubdo himsatmako asuchihi.
Harsha shokanvitah karta.
Harsha shokanvitah karta.
Rajasaha parikirtitaha.
Rajasaha parikirtitaha.
So Rajasaha parikirtitaha, he is a worker who is in the mode of passion, who Ragi, very much attached. Karma phala prepsuhu, one who is desiring for the result of the result or fruit, one who is aspiring for the fruit of the work. Lubdaha, one who is greedy. Himsatmaka, one who is envious and one who is one who tortures others. Asuchihi, one who is unclean. Harsha shokanvitaha, one who is carried away by joy and sorrow, is a person in the mode of passion, is a worker in the mode of passion. But that worker who is attached to the fruits of his labor, raga karta phala prepsuhu, who is passionately wants to enjoy them, and who is greedy, lubdaha, envious, who is himsatmakaha, and impure, asuchihi, and moved by happiness and distress, harsha shokanvitaha, is a worker in the mode of passion. Karta rajasaha parikirtitaha. Like for example, too much attached to a certain kind of work or result because too much attachment for materialism or hearth and home, wife and children is the perspective. So the man in the mode of passion, he has no desire for higher elevation in life. He is simply concerned with making this world as materially comfortable as possible. He is generally very greedy and he thinks that anything attained by him is permanent and never be lost. Such a person is envious of others and prepared to do anything wrong for sense gratification. Himsatmakaha. Such a person is unclean, asuchihi, and he does not care whether his earning is pure or impure. He is very happy if his work is successful and very much distressed when his work is not successful. Then is harsha shokanvitaha. So next, worker in the mode of ignorance. Ayuktaha prakruta stabda. Shato naiskritiko alasaha.
Shato naiskritiko alasaha.
Vishadi dhirga sutri cha.
Vishadi dhirga sutri cha.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Ayuktaha prakruta stabda.
Ayuktaha prakruta stabda.
Shato naiskritiko alasaha.
Shato naiskritiko alasaha.
Vishadi dhirga sutri cha.
Vishadi dhirga sutri cha.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
So ayuktaha means one who is without reference to scriptural injunctions. Prakrutaha, who is materialistic. Sabdaha, one who is obstinate. Shataha, one who is deceitful. Naishkritikaha, one who is expert in insulting others. Alasaha, one who is lazy. Vishadi, one who is morose. Dirghasutri, one who is procrastinating. He is a worker in the mode of ignorance. So, on that worker who is always engaged in work against the injunctions of the scripture, ayuktaha, who is materialistic, prakritaha, obstinate, stabdaha, cheating and expert in insulting others, shataha, naishkritikaha, who is lazy, alasaha, always morose, vishadi, and procrastinating, dirgha satricha, is a worker in the mode of ignorance. Karta tamasa michyate. So in the Shastras, we find that what sort of work should be performed and what sort of work should not be performed. That is a guidance factor for us. But workers situated in the mode of ignorance, those who do not care for those injunctions in work not to be done, and such persons are generally materialistic. They work according to the modes of nature, not according to the injunctions of the Shastras. Such workers are not very gentle, and generally they are always cunning and expert in insulting others. They are very lazy. Even though they have some duty, they do not do it properly. And they put it aside to be done later on. Therefore, they appear to be morose. They procrastinate. Anything which can be done in an hour, they drag it for our years. So next, 3 kinds of understanding. Now Krishna explains. Buddher Vedam Druteshaiva. Gunatas Trividam Shruno. Rochamanam Asheshena. Pratakvena Dhananjaya. Buddher Vedam Druteshaiva. Gunatas Trividam Shruno. Rochamanam Asheshena. So here Krishna is saying Buddher Vedam in the different kinds of intelligence and Drutihi of the steadiness. Gunatas Trividam Shunma. I am going to explain to you in 3 gunas. Prochamana Maseshena, which is going to be described in unlimited ways. Pratakvena in different perspectives. So Arjuna, please listen to me. Now, O winner of the wealth, Dhananjaya, please listen as I tell you in detail of the 3 kinds of understanding and determination, Buddhehe, Dritehe, according to the 3 modes of nature. So after explaining knowledge, the object of knowledge and the knower in 3 different divisions, according to the 3 modes, the Lord is explaining intelligence and determination of the worker in the same way. Now next verse, please repeat after me. Now Krishna talks about understanding in goodness. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha.
Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha.
Karya karye bhaya bhaye.
Karya karya bhaye.
Bandha moksham cha yavetti.
Bandha moksham cha yavetti.
Buddhi sapartha sattviki.
Buddhi sapartha sattviki.
Once again, pravrittim cha nivrittim cha. Karya karye bhaya bhaye.
Karya karya bhaya bhaye.
Bandha moksham cha yavetti.
Bandha moksham cha yavetti.
Buddhi sapartha sattviki.
Buddhi sapartha sattviki.
So this is intelligence in the mode of goodness. That understanding by which one knows what ought to be done and what ought not to be done. Pravrittim cha and nivrittim cha, and what is feared and what is not feared. Bhaya, abhaye, karya, akarye, what is binding and what is liberating. Bandham cha, moksham cha. That understanding is established in the mode of goodness. Ya veti, buddhaya, sapartha, sattviki. So actions which are performed in terms of directions of the scriptures are called as pravritti. So one who does not know the scriptural directions become entangled in the actions and reactions of birth. So understanding which discriminates by intelligence is situated in the mode of goodness. Next, understanding or intelligence in the mode of passion. Yaya dharmam adharmam cha.
Yaya dharmam adharmam cha.
Karya cha karyam eva cha.
Karya cha karyam eva cha.
Ayatavat prajanati.
Ayata prajanati.
Buddhi sapartha rajasi.
Buddhi sapartha rajasi.
Yaya dharmam adharmam cha.
Yaya dharmam adharmam cha.
Karyam cha karyam eva cha.
कार्यं एव च
आयथवात् प्रजानाति
आयतं प्रजानाति
बुद्धिः स पार्थ राजसी.
बुद्धिः च पार्थ राजसे.
So, eya dharmam adharmam cha, that work which is one who could not distinguish between religious way of life and irreligious. Karyam cha akaryam eva cha, that action which is to be done and which is not to be done. Ayatavat prachanati, that imperfect understanding. Buddhi sapartha rajasi is intelligence in the mode of passion. So on that understanding which cannot distinguish between religious way of life and irreligious, dharmam cha adharmam cha, between action that should be done and action that should not be done, karyam cha akaryam cha, that imperfect understanding, ayatavat prachanati, is in the mode of passion. Tat rajas, buddhi sapartha rajas. So intelligence in the mode of passion is always working perversely. So it accepts religions which are not actually religions and rejects actual religions. So all views and activities are misguided. So men of passionate intelligence understand a great soul to be a common man and accept a common man as a great soul. They think truth to be untruth and accept untruth as truth. In all activities, they simply take the wrong path. Then understanding in the mode of ignorance, please repeat after me. Adharmam dharmam itiya.
Adharmam dharmam itiya.
Manyate tamasavruta.
Nite tamasa
Sarvartan viparitamsha.
Sarvam viparitamsha.
Buddhi sapartha tamasi.
buddhi sa parth tamase.
Adharmam dharmam itiya.
Dharmam itiya.
Manyate tamasavruta.
Manyate tamasa
Sarvartan viparitamsha.
Sarvam viparitamscha.
Buddhi sapartha tamasi.
buddhi sa parth tamase.
So that understanding which considers irreligion to be religion and religion to be irreligion, adharmam dharmam itiya, under the spell of illusion and darkness, manyase tamasavrita, and strives always in the wrong direction, sarvartan viparitanicha, O Partha, is in the mode of ignorance. Buddhi sa tamasi. So those who are involved in the mode of ignorance manufacture religious systems for killing animals. Actual dharma is transcendental. As Lord Sri Krishna teaches, we must give up all other systems of religion and simply surrender unto him, sarva dharma and parityatya. Thus the Lord and his devotees and the representatives teach the transcendental dharma, which does not allow animal killing at all. But at the present moment, it is in the greatest misfortune that in India, many so-called missionary workers are spreading irreligion in the name of religion. They claim ordinary human being to be God and recommend meat eating for everyone, including so-called sannyasis. This is an unfortunate situation.
Gunas are our temperaments or tendencies. Vedanta talks about three gunas: tamas, rajas, and sattva. Tamas is characterized by laziness, ignorance, indifference, negligence, procrastination, lack of foresight. This is the inactive guna. Rajas is characterized by activity, passion, dynamism, desire, agitation, stress. This is the restless guna. Sattva is characterized by poise, peace, purity, calmness, content, clarity, selflessness. This is the balanced guna. We have all the three gunas. Based on whichever guna is predominant, we can be tamasic, rajasic, or sattvic. Tamasic and sattvic both can be calm and peaceful. The difference is in the action. While the sattvic is happy doing a lot, the tamasic happily does nothing productive. Example, Ravan's brother Kumbhakaran used to sleep for 6 months at a stretch. On waking up, he used to be so hungry that he used to eat anything that he could get hold of. So tamas can be a drain on the resources because the contribution of tamasic is negligible compared to consumption. Rajasic and sattvic both are active. The difference is in the purpose. Rajasic action is reward and recognition driven, whereas sattvic action is conscience driven. Rajasic focuses on karma and artha, whereas sattvic focuses on dharma. Sattvic is not averse to artha. For sattvic, Artha is a result of action, but not purpose of action. It is for fulfilling larger responsibilities. In the Ramayana, Sita's father, King Janak, was a good example of a sattvic. For him, wealth was for discharging his duties as a king towards the people. With Rajas, there may be material progress in the society, but can lead to downfall of values. Rajas breeds competition leading to stress. Example, Ravan was filled with pride and hence went on grabbing whatever he liked, including the wealth of his half-brother Kuber and even Ram's wife Sita. However, Ravan's youngest brother Vibhishan followed the path of Dharma and helped Ram in his effort to bring back Sita. Sattva encourages collaboration and brings in peace and harmony. Rajasic focuses on rights, whereas Sattvic focuses on duties. Example, the Puranas talk about the great sacrifice of Rishi Dadichi. The Devas were fighting a losing battle against Vritrasura, who could be killed only by a weapon made of a Rishi's bones. Rishi Dadichi willingly sacrificed his life and offered his bones to make Indra's powerful weapon Vajra. This probably was one of the earliest examples of organ donation. Tamasic can be put on the right path if guided by Sattvic. Example, Ratnakar, who used to rob people, became sage Valmiki after coming in contact with sage Narad. However, Tamasic can also be misguided and misused by Rajasic for their own benefit. Example, Ravan waking up Kumbhakaran from his sleep and sending him to the battlefield to fight against Ram. Since the Tamasic lacks foresight, many agitations in the society can be the result of the ignorant Tamasic misused by self-centered Rajasic. Ideally, Sattvic should guide Rajasic and Tamasic. There is a better possibility of peace and progress in a society of responsibility-driven Sattvic rather than rights-driven Rajasic. So, reflect on this question. Am I fulfilling my personal, professional, and citizen roles as a duty-conscious Sattvic, or rights-focused Rajasic, or non-contributing Tamasic?
So, one thought-provoking subject. All of you can contemplate about that. Next, please repeat after me. From here, in 3 verses, Krishna talks about determination in 3 modes. Now it is determination in the mode of goodness. Dhrutyayaya dharayate manah pranendriya kriyaha yogena avyabhicharinya dhruti sapartha satviki dhrutyayaya dharayate manah pranendriya kriyaha yogena avyabhicharinya dhruti sapartha satviki. So, son of Buddha, that determination which is unbreakable, Dhrutya yaya dharayate, which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice, manah pranendriya kriyaha, and controls the mind and life and the acts of the senses, manah prana indriya kriyaha, and is in the mode of goodness, that is yogena avyabhicharinya, it is steadfastness by yoga practice, is considered as dhruti sapartha satviki, is determination in the mode of goodness. So yoga is a means to understand the Supreme Soul. So one who is steadily fixed in the Supreme Soul with determination, concentrating one's mind, life and sensual activities on the Supreme, engages in Krishna consciousness. And significance of word abhicharinya means persons who are engaged in Krishna consciousness and are never deviated by any other activity. So Krishna explains about this perspective in Uddhava Gita. He's saying, Yada chittam prasideta indriyanam cha nivritihi deha bayam manos asangam tat sattvam vidhi mat padam. So when consciousness becomes clear and the senses are detached from matter, one experiences fearlessness within this material body and detachment from the material mind. So you should understand the situation to be the predominance of the mode of goodness in which one has the opportunity to realize me. So in the mode of goodness, Sattva Guna, one can realize the Lord. Next verse, please repeat after me. Yayatu dharma kamartam
Yayatu
dharma kamartam
dhrutya dharayate Arjuna
Arjuna
prasangena falakankshi
prasangena falakankshi
dhruti sapartha rajasi yayatu dharma kamartam dhrutya dharayate Arjuna prasangena falakankshi dhruti sapartha rajasi. So that determination which is in the mode of passion is dharma kamarthan, one who is running behind religion and economic development, and prasangena falakankshi, one who is for sense gratification, falakankshi, who wants to enjoy the result, is determination in the mode of passion. So on that determination which cannot go beyond dreaming, fearfulness, I think this is a wrong translation. Oh, sorry, translation has become ulta. Here it is. And that determination by which one holds fast to fruitful result in religion, economic development, and sense gratification is in the mode of nature, mode of passion, O Arjuna. So any person who is always desirous of fruitful results in religious or economic activities, whose only desire is sense gratification and whose mind, life, and senses are thus engaged, is in the mode of passion. Like Krishna says, Vikurvan kriyaya cha dhir anivrittischa chetasam gatra vastya mano bhrantam rajah eter nishamaya. You should discern the mode of passion by its symptoms, the distortion of the intelligence because of too much activity, the inability of the perceiving senses to disentangle themselves from mundane objects, an unhealthy condition of the working physical organs, and the unsteady perplexity of the mind. So these are the symptoms of the mode of passion. So please repeat next verse. Yaya swapnam bayam shokam vishadam madam evacha na vimuchyati durmeda dhruti sapartha tamasi. Once again, yaya swapnam bayam shokam vishadam madam evacha na vimuchyati durmeda dhruti sapartha tamasi. That which determination which does not go beyond dreaming, swapnam, bayam, fearfulness, shokam, lamentation, vishadam, moroseness, madam evacha, and illusion. Na vimunchati durmeda, which will not lead towards liberation, is durmedaha, is unintelligent. Is in the mode of darkness. And that determination which cannot go beyond dreaming, swapnam, fearfulness, bayam, lamentation, shokam, moroseness, vishadam, and illusion. Then it is madamevacha. Such unintelligent determination, na vimunchati dhurmeda, is in the mode of darkness. Dhruti sapartha tamasi. So it should not be concluded that the person in the mode of goodness does not dream. Here, dream means too much sleep. So dream is always present either in mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance. Dream is a natural occurrence. But those who cannot avoid oversleeping, who cannot avoid the pride of enjoying material objects, who are always dreaming of lording over the material world, whose life, mind, and senses are thus engaged, are considered in the mode of ignorance. Krishna says, Sidak chittam viliyeta chetaso grahane akshamam mano nastam tamo glanis tamastad upadharaya. So once one's higher awareness fails and finally disappears, one is thus unable to concentrate his attention, his mind is ruined and manifests ignorance and depression. You should understand the situation to be the predominance of the mode of ignorance. Sattva Jagaranam Vidyat, Rajasa Swapnam Adishet, Praswapam Tamasa Jantos, Turiyam Trishu Santasam. So it should be understood that alert wakefulness comes from the mode of goodness, sleep with dreaming from the mode of passion, and deep dreamless sleep from the mode of ignorance. The fourth state of consciousness pervades these three and is transcendental, Turiya. So till now, whatever we have learned, some of the questions, please answer. So from now, from last couple of sessions, we started at the end of the session to put some questions. So all of you, please understand and answer. So what are the actions performed in the mode of goodness? Hare Krishna. Actions in the mode of goodness are to perform as a duty without attachment, without love or hate. Verse number 23. Yeah, 90 to 97% of heart diseases can be prevented by
A vegetarian diet.
Vegetarian diet. Yes. Cooked meat and fish contains dash, which contains the cell's DNA, alter it and develop.
It contains harmful chemicals which attack the cell's DNA, alter it, and develop a lot of diseases, stress.
They develop
tension,
cancer, basically. Cancer. Diseases in the form of cancer means that which is unwanted in our body. So how many animals are killed for meat every hour in US alone?
From 66,000. 660,000.
660,000. So what is the key cause of hunger around the world?
Non-vegetarianism.
Non-vegetarian diet is the key cause. All our actions, including our choices of food, have dash consequences.
Have karmic consequences.
Yes. So what does Jesus say regarding treating others?
Treat others how others would like to treat you.
Yes. So according to Mahabharata, purchaser of flesh performs dash by his wealth.
Performs himsa actually by his wealth.
He is encouraging the himsa by his wealth. A person in Krishna consciousness is always dashed to material modes of nature.
Transcendental.
Yes. So mention few symptoms of a man in the mode of passion.
Always been stressful.
Yes.
Has lust, anger. Is always wanting for action, irrespective of the consequences, so on and so forth.
Okay. He is result-oriented man, carried away by happiness and distress. Some more points. So actions which are performed in the terms of directions of the scriptures are called as
Sattvic actions, is it?
pravritti. Then an intelligence in the mode of dash always works perversely.
Passion.
Yes.
Passion or ignorance.
Passion or ignorance, both are in the negative perspective only. So we have done with this 35 verses. Now next week on, we'll continue with these these three modes with other perspectives. Some more elements are there. 2 more subjects are there in the 3 modes, and how the human society is entirely based on division of 3 modes is also explained in the further subject. So we'll take that in the next session. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.